Hey guys, Remeko here, back again with another video, and today we are recording an opening of the Hobbit Play Boosters. So these just came out recently, a couple of days ago, and I think we are still in pre-release mode, or I believe at least last weekend was the pre-release weekend. So, what else is there to say about this set? I think the first thing maybe is that this is the second Lord of the Rings set, as a follow-on from the original Lord of the Rings Universes Beyond set, and so it's pretty interesting. This might be potentially the last in the chapter of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, or even the Hobbit, because they've effectively baked all of the narrative and story between both of these sets. In this set, there is a box topper, which we'll save until the end, and I think that's really about it. So let's get cracking and open this up. Now, there are some chase cards that we would love to get in this set, and of course, one of the main ones is going to be Smog. And then, of course, in the box topper, I think we would love to get a Mox Amber. So here's that box topper. We'll put this to the side. We'll take out the packs. You can also probably see in the background here that I have a second one of these. And so I don't know if we're going to open that one. Maybe we'll keep that sealed for a day when we can draft The Hobbit with our friends. But for now, we're going to go ahead and open these packs. So I think there is a foil in every play booster, I believe. That's a really cool full art card. It's really a pity that this set didn't come with commander decks, because I really would have loved to purchase those as well. But that being said, I think there is enough YouTubers and source material that are helping put together, a 5 army guide for commander decks. So I think that's what I will also be doing to build out some of the commander content. Alright, the first rare is the Great Goblin, which in fact is one of those 5 army commanders. So that's pretty cool. So every pack does indeed come with a foil. Cool. Now, there's a lot of controversy, of course, with any new Magic set, and specific to this one, the big controversy is around the gold Smog Dragon. And so Wizards has said that there's only going to be a 1,000 or 500 of these. But people have been pulling them all across pre-release weekend, and so no one really knows how many there are. But what people do know is that they're opening up more than a few And so it kind of leaves into question, is there really 1,000? Is there more than 1,000? Our second rare is Down in the Valley, and also a double rare pack, Desert Wereworm. Cool. Then of course, you know, as Tolkien always warned us, there's a lot of greed when it comes to humans, and as such, the Golden Smog is sitting at around $30,000, and some even upwards as close to $40,000. And so if you guys recall, the One Ring, the One of One Ring, sold for over $2 million, and there was only one of those. Who knows where these smogs are actually going to end up. Alright, through the forest gate, and Belladonna took... Ooh, and we got a foil plains. It's kind of rare. I think these lands are not at all common, these full art lands, so I know the winter ones are especially rare, and so that's really cool. A lot of folks saying that, you know, there's not a lot of good cards in this set or whatever else, but I think the whole thing is just really like a flavor win, to be honest with you. And that's of course fun to open. That's really what kind of gets me to buy packs. Look at that Gollum. Oh wow, we got our first bookcase or book cover view, and it's Thranduil, the Elven King. And that actually looks absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Cool. Now, if we get a Mox Amber in this box topper, I'm gonna lose my shit. The three things I think or four things that are like super good out of the 40, it's really like a 10% chance that you get them, are the Mox Amber, the One Ring, the Dwarven what do you call it? Arcane Signet, and then also the Dwarven Reaver Cleaver. And so those are the big whammies. All right, look at this. We've got the rare smog. So this is a 3 black and a red, and this smog creates X tapped treasure tokens, where X is the number of artifacts opponents control. So this could be a crazy smog, and also one of the commanders for the arch enemy of the 5 armies. So I feel really cool that we're actually getting some good and interesting cards. What I would really love with these 2 boxes is to just be able to actually just build the commander decks that people are coming up with online. So I think that's kind of the extra added benefit of opening up these boxes and saving all the cards, if you will. And then you kind of keep the power contained within the Lord of the Rings universe. Nasty Little Rabbit. And we've got Balg's Company. cool. Oh wow, look at that. This is another art frame, if you will. It is the Showcase Dragon frame. And so if we compare, this is the OG Bofur. This is the Showcase Bofur. I think the Showcase Bofur is pretty good. I actually like that dragon frame. I've also heard people complaining that this play booster box sometimes feels like a draft booster box. And I'm not entirely sure what the hell that means, but everyone's gonna have an opinion. Look at that, another full art card. All right, we got roll, 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 roll as our rare. I'm actually hoping to also get a Queen of Dale. That would be really cool. And another really good card is the Orcrist artifact card. The weapon. Creates a bunch of treasure tokens. That would be cool to get. Head of the Hunt. A wolf. You'll also notice that as we've been opening, there's been a series of bears, like ordinary bear, small bear, large bear, and whatnot. So there's actually 5 different bears in the Hobbit story, and they are all written into the cards like this. And so this is an amazing card, Fateful Discovery. Whenever an artifact you control enters, draw a card. And this is in the dragon frame, so absolutely stunning. Look at that. That is so stunning. That's hands down one of the best cards in this set. Whenever you cast an artifact, or whenever an artifact enters, that you control enters, draw a card. The casting not even necessary. Right, so like absolutely busted. Kind of is in the cycle of discovery, like Kindred Discovery, and other discoveries, but in this case, yeah, like what a broken card. I think over the years, when this goes out of print, that card is going to be worth one hell of a lot of money. So we got the same Bofur, but not in foil. Got a Bard, the Bowman, and Thranduil's Company. Very cool. There's also these company cards. Initially, I kind of thought they were like Collected Company or some other company-oriented cards, but what I will say is they are more so creatures than anything else. Very cool. Glowin the Mighty. And so this is in the dragon frame. If you'll notice here, because we have a red dragon, which in this case is Smog, the scale, one of the scales is chipped. So it's just good attention to detail, and of course, you know, as fate would have it, after that card you get the black arrow. So sometimes it's hard to tell if that is just luck or if that is Wizards playing a trick on us. We got Dane Ironfoot as our rare. A Parton Friendship is our rare. I would love to get a Smog that is in that dragon frame in a non-foil. I think that would look so good. I think we've only gotten one mythic so far, so we are hopefully due for another one. Oh wow. Speak of the devil. So the Arcan Stone, right? Creatures you control get +1/+1. At the end of the draw step, draw a card. Sorry, at the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Can't read apparently. Search your library for a legendary creature, reveal it and put it into your hand. Pretty good. And then of course the Sackville Baggins is nice. I think from a flavor perspective, the Arkenstone is cool. Although I wish it kind of did something similar to what the One Ring did, where it kind of tempts you, or it's, you know, feels like a very straightforward mythical artifact here, and you know, gives everybody +1/+1, allows you to draw a card. Like, I do think that there should have been a little bit more of a pushed sense of the card, but of course to give you a drawback as well. Maybe it takes your life or does something else, but I think that would have been kind of cool to see. Radagast of Roscobel. So these full art lands seem to be more common than I would have expected, but I am not complaining. I think it's really just the Hobbit hole variations of them that are more expensive or more rare too. Right, our rare is Azog Moria's Ruin. And really only 2 mythics, eh? So it's kind of surprising so far. Some boxes you get 8 or even 6, but 2 just seems kind of unnaturally low. Nice, Elven Passage. So like Fabled Passage, but for elves. So, seems good. Definitely needed that for my black green Elven deck, the Lathril deck. Right? You guys remember this Lathril from the last video? And so I think it's nice to see cards that I'm actually going to use. But given this was a very expensive set, I also would love to, you know, get some financial bangers, as they call them. We kind of know that every roll of a die is really that. So Wizard Staff, Gandalf Staff pretty much, but Wizard Staff. So equipped creature has prowess. If the ability of an equipped creature triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Cool. That's nice. We're really gonna hang our hat on the box topper. Unless we, just start straight up spinning mythics. I mean, here we do have a Smog, but it's the common version of Smog. Which also is really kind of weird to see a legendary dragon that's a common. Like, I know the effects are at common and whatever else, but and the limited environment probably makes sense for this kind of stuff, but it does make me feel a little uneasy to see a common legendary creature. Bifur and Bofer. And Bilbo's Gambit. This is a really good card. So return target spell to its owner's hand. If the gift was promised, players can't cast spells this turn. This could be like a game-winning card. But financial value, you are not, good sir. Honestly, I think they did Bilbo's Gambit a little bit wrong with the art. It's kind of just mediocre. It doesn't have like a whole... Oh, look, Ordinary Bear. Doesn't have like a whole nice art version of it. Kind of got handed like the mediocre version. Great ugly looking goblin. Oh, nice. Belladonna Took. This is a good card. I think we're going to definitely need this card. And the Desolation of Smaug. Nice. This is also a good card and necessary for the 5 armies deck. Nice. Would we have liked to see a mythic foil? I think the answer is absolutely. Right? I think we're down to the last 10 packs or so. So, like, I'm hoping there's 4 mythics in those packs. Have you guys ever heard of the philosophy of box cost averaging? Sackville Bagginses and My Precious. That is a great card. Equipped creature has Hexproof and can't be blocked. Amazing. Sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. So flavorful. I love it. Box cost averaging is this idea that the more boxes you buy, the greater the possibility of breaking even. Because not every box can be this bad. It's a coping mechanism mostly, and not really a strong financial tool. But it is a thing. Right? Back in the day when boxes were $100, I think we've seen a lot of players box cost average themselves into oblivion. An Unexpected Party is our rare. Alright. TSN Turning Point. 3, 6, last 9 packs. So I'm kind of hoping, let's just do a little scramble here, but I'm hoping that every other pack is a mythic. right? Like that's kind of what we need to really do well here. Oh wow, Speak of the Devil, Bard, King of Dale. This is also a commander in one of the 5 armies decks. So I think this box is just leading me down a path. We're just missing 2 of the other 5 army commanders, and then Smog. Actually, no, we did get Smog. Reach Vigilance. If you draw a card except for the first one you draw 2 cards. If you create 1 or more tokens, create twice as many of those tokens instead. That's pretty good, not gonna lie. So once again, every other pass is a mythic. Really though, with the mass openings of this set, Roads Go Ever On is our rare. But yeah, with the mass opening of this set, you would be far more financially wary to just buy a set of singles that suit your needs. But the only thing you couldn't guarantee yourself is a chance at having 10% of a chance to get something cool from the box topper. That's about it. Oh, look at this Bilbo. That's a really cool looking Bilbo. Stone Giant of High Pass. Alright. Alright, we're down to the last 6, and so let's keep up the good vibes, as they say. Uncover the Moon Letters is our rare. Cool. Pretty sure that one's not a sleeper. Oh. Nope. Tom, Bert, and William. Alright, we're down to the last 4. Really want us to hold all of our chips for the mythic, eh? Say no more. Thorin Oakenshield. Nice art. Chief Warg. I think this is also one of the commanders. But quite good. Quite good. The Master of Lake Town. That's no mythic. And the Last Light of Durin's Day. That's very good. Nice art. Okay, well, save the last 3 mythics for the last 3 packs. No shortage of getting my blood pressure up. Supper for Spiders and Lord of the Eagles. And Smog, the Great Calamity in foil. But not a mythic in sight. What is up with this box? Alright, friends, we are down to the last 2 packs. And then only the box topper can save us. Financially, of course. But from like a flavor win, we're in good hands. Large bear. Alright. Catancarus Keepers. So affinity for elves. When this enters, mill 4 cards, put all the elf cards among them into your hand. Well, Elf Ball, okay. And Duskwatch Hunter. Well, I think we've completed our basic land cycle, full art land cycle. Very surprised that we only have 3 mythics in here, so that is highly unusual. But who knows? Maybe we're gonna get a double mythic whammy in this last pack. Alright, disappointed again. Rovanian Rampager. And, oh, spoke too soon. Bjorn the Fierce. So other bears you control get +2/+2. At the beginning of your combat, put a trample counter on up to 1 target creature you control. It becomes a bear. And if you control 3 or more bears, draw 2 cards. That's cool. Nice. Okay, so 4 mythics. Alright. Let's finish off nicely here with our box topper. Now, this is going to be a foil card. I'm going to just brace myself and tell myself it's like a Shire or something bad. But I'm kind of silently hoping for something good. Alright. Okay. Let's see what this is. And oh wow, Galadriel's Dismissal. That actually is a good card. That's actually quite nice. Amazing. Great job, me. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Have a good one.